Welcome to the Bravo Tutu Art Skills Sharing, and thank you all so much for being here. So why are we here tonight? We are having a showcase, a finale for season 1's online art skills course, which we have been lucky enough to have Al Johnson again as a part of it. And they have been making an artist's book, which I won't go into now because that is Al Johnson's job. So it's been 6 weeks of hard work, confidence building, new techniques, making new friends. And tonight is just about celebrating their work, sharing it with you, and celebrating each other's work. So without further ado, I'll let Al Johnson let you know what's going to happen and get the show on the road.
Thank you, Stella. Brilliant. Well, I'm Al. I'm the curator of art for Bravo Tutu, and this is our third skills session for this season, and we've been making artist books. Before I tell you about that, I'm just going to introduce you to everyone. So if everyone can give it a wave to our audience, just to indicate who you are. Dave, wave. You know, you're not listening to me. So artist books. So this was quite a new concept for everyone, I think. And what we did was we introduced the idea of an artist book. An artist book is really a visual book. It's an art form that you can handle, that you can pick up and hold, unlike most art forms. But it's a narrative. It tells a story, and the story could be. It was about ourselves, so everyone chose an incident or a life story, but it could be something very fleeting, or it could be something much bigger. Some people did tell incidents from their lives. And some people chose kind of very small moments. The basic principle of an artist book is that it's told visually rather than with language. There are little bits of language now and again, but mostly visual. We had skill sessions on simple bookmaking and folding, paper folding. We used different techniques, linocut and collage were the principal ones. We looked at artist books from public collections, so that we could see different kinds of books. And what was amazing was with the outcome of the sessions was that everyone created a different kind of book. So it was really very interesting to seeing how people took this idea and made it their own. The artist books that were created each tell a story, a personal story in a visual form. And the forms they take are ingenious, they're funny, they're clever, they're skillful, and they're very moving. So we're going to see 2 videos of the books, and we're also going to have a discussion with some of our participants about the making of their books. So let's have a look at the first video.
So my art book, The Darkest of Nights, was inspired by some incredible artwork that our teacher Al Johnson had shown us on a previous sculpture course that we had taken with her, where these artists had made sculptures out of books, and they made it as if the pages had literally come to life, and I absolutely loved that idea. So I wanted to use it in further projects. So I was so chuffed when this one came along and I was able to try it. My son, Harry, has recently been reading about the Titanic in a National Geographic book. So I thought this was a perfect opportunity to help to inspire him to read more and to show him that, that books can bring stories to life.
title of my book is Then and Now. I've used some collaging, some tile print and some drawing. Also, it's about from my time in the army to how I am now.
Hi, my name is Stephen Foster Hunt. I'm known as Stevie D, and I chose for my subject, my project is my 25th wedding anniversary, which me and my wife went on a night fishing trip. And I've done pictures representing my wife catching her personal best, which I was so proud of her for doing. She caught a 17-pound carp, and it's the biggest fish she's ever caught. To the night under the Maybon moon on September 20th. It was absolutely gorgeous. The night couldn't have gone any better. We had a steak dinner done by camp stove. And I've done all that in the pictures. I've used different methods. I've used photo collage. I've used ripping bits out of magazines. I've even used household rubbish like Malteser wrappers and crisp packets. And I've used watercolors as well as pencil and marker pens. My book is called Life in a Nutshell. I hope you enjoy the pictures.
So my artist book is called My First Words, and it's a story about how I learned to speak after I got my brain injury. It's a meandering book because my brain is all over the shop since my brain exploded. It features Headley Court, which is the military rehab unit, and what I've done is I have used a computer program to create a kind of cartoon style, which I learnt from Gary Scribbler after doing a couple of sessions with him. It starts with me as an RAF officer, and it ends with a cartoon which you'll have to see.
Wow, they were amazing, weren't they? I'm hoping you're all enjoying these books. It's amazing, isn't it, how people have taken this form and gone in all different directions with it. So what we're going to do now is just talk to 3 of our participants, Dan, Sarah and Dave, and we're just going to talk about the making of your book. So Sarah, we just looked at your book. It's amazing. Tell us a bit more about it.
So I'm Sarah, and my book was called My First Words, and it's a pretty major journey, obviously, so it's about how my brain exploded. I got a ruptured aneurysm, and it's a quick journey. From the fact I couldn't speak, and then I spent a bit of time at Headley, and they did what they could to fix me.
Fantastic. I loved the fact that you used brain paper. You printed up brain paper, didn't you?
Yeah, it kind of links the whole story. Really.
And I loved on the back, I didn't notice this till we looked at the video, but on the back, you've got a little mini brain sticking the ribbon on. It's brilliant. Also, Sarah, you did a meandering book, didn't you? They're sometimes called, they're all different names for these books, but they kind of open, sometimes they're called puzzle books because they open in different ways. And you felt that was important, didn't you?
Yeah. My brain isn't normal anymore, and I decided that a normal book is too, I hate the word normal for me. So my life is so weird now that I can't go from A to B anymore. I can't go to A to B without going to K, Z, via D. So everything is different. So I decided that was the best kind of book that I could do.
Fantastic. And I think I love that the book form echoes the narrative, that it tells you a bit more. Fantastic, Sarah. It's a wonderful book, really brilliant. Dan, tell us a bit more about yours. We saw your wonderful Titanic book.
Yeah. I just want to quickly say it's the first time I've seen Sarah's book, and that is incredible. I'm very, very impressed. But yes, my book. So I've seen on a previous sculpture courses that Al took us through, where these incredible artists had brought these books to life and made sculptures out of books. And basically, my son, as I mentioned in the video, my son had recently been reading about the Titanic, and my 7-year-old son, trying to encourage him to read has been difficult. So I really want to sort of help bring that along and show him, that story, books can really bring stories to life. And so that's why I wanted to make it out of a book, a book sculpture. It took quite a while. I think the longest process of the whole thing was cutting all the pages out individually. That took quite some time. And I saved all of the and I obviously had to glue the pages together, so I can open it and close it. And I saved the paper which I cut out, and then I made a collage of that over top of a foam sculpture, obviously with the iceberg at the top and then the Titanic down the bottom. But I absolutely loved making it, and I am definitely going to be making other book sculptures in the future.
Brilliant. I thought it's wonderful. It's so interesting, that to take a book and make a story from the book itself, a physical story.
Literally just
it's a kind of nice. It's a surprise, isn't it? You open the book and there's this wonderful thing in there. Fantastic, Dan. Thank you. And Dave, tell us about your book. We haven't seen you on the video yet, so this will be a big surprise for everyone.
Yeah, hi, I'm Dave. I left school and joined an engineering firm as an apprentice toolmaker because I love making things. When I went through the army, I went as an armourer because I like old school methods of repairing things. When I left the army, because I hadn't finished my apprenticeship as a toolmaker, I went into maintenance engineering, which gave every day had a different problem, and they all needed thinking about and sorting out. And because of the slight mental issues I had when I left the army, this focused my mind on something else. So I've constantly made things or repaired things. And my book is an example of my way of thinking, if you like. It's a mechanical structure, which is semi-automatic and tells a few tales of my life, a few highlights of my life. We can't see it properly on there, but you'll see it better on the video later.
Yeah. It's fantastic. I loved that you because you had this idea of the Rolodex, didn't you? Originally?
Yeah.
The sort of flicking over of cards, and it's just fantastic because I've worked with Dave for a few years now, and Dave's a maker through and through. and everything you do is about kind of getting to grips with the sort of physical nature of materials, isn't it?
Yeah. What do I want to do and how can I do it?
Yes, yeah. You're not one to rush out and buy things. You fix things, don't you?
Yeah.
You're a fixer.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. That's really lovely.
Thank you.
Just a little glimpse into 3 of the books, and you can see the kind of range of people's approaches to them. Brilliant. So let's should we carry on and see the second video and see more of our wonderful books?
My artist book is a series of highlights from my life, starting with my school days, working through army service to civilian life, marriage and family, a disappointing few years after divorce, then back on track with a few art installations. I joined Veterans in Communities to start doing the things I enjoy most, art and making things. The Bravo 22 project has brought me to a happy place where I can spend me time without feeling guilty and concentrate on my own well-being.
Of witchcraft. I was originally going to do my journey into embracing my inner self, which is a witch. However, during group it brought up a lot of questions, so I've sort of diverted, and I'm just doing a history of witchcraft and answering some questions in my book. Hi, my name is Sharon Thomas. My story is about how I was doing a job I loved for 25 years, and then COVID came and new management, which ultimately turned it into a toxic environment, impacting on my mental health. Since then I've finished with them, and now I'm embracing the art therapy, and I'm volunteering in an animal sanctuary. So that's improving my mental health day by day. I look forward to the future. Bye.
book is based on the dogs that have lived with me through my life. But at the moment, I'm making a lot of background stuff, shades of red, and these ones, I've done quite a few here at the moment, but you might be able to see that I've cut them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be weaving and printing at the same time in the book. All this work I'm doing for the background stuff is going to be like silhouettes of the dogs. Once I've weaved them all together, I'll make silhouettes of the dogs with photos and paintings. Plus, I've got a lot of birthday cards and that with different verses, which will go with the kind of pages, but it will be a trip through my life.
For the theme of my storybook, I've concentrated on water. It's everything in the book's going to be loosely based around this, and it's going to go throughout my life from birth to current day, and it'll have highlights of how water's been involved, whether it be birth, home, work, hobbies, negative things that have happened towards that, and also healing things as well. I use different mediums. Yeah. That's it.
Well, I hope you're impressed. I think they just look fantastic, and it's really nice actually, because online it's very hard to see things, to see each other's work, and really good for everyone to see what each other has done. I just wanted to say something I meant to say at the beginning, that about the support in the group, that it's been a fantastic group, and you've all supported each other, and you've participated and offered ideas and critiques and camaraderie to each other, and I think that's one of the most important things that aspects of these sessions. So fantastic. I think you'll agree they were very moving, very skilled and exciting and interesting. Well done, everyone. Fantastic. So it's time for us to go. Would you like to give a wave to your audience? Lovely group. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for watching. I'm hoping you've enjoyed it all. Fantastic. I'm going to hand you back to the lovely Stella. Take care.
Thank you so much, Al. I know you're all whooping and applauding behind your screens. We can feel it through the computers. And thank you all so much for your comments. Also, a massive thank you to Al Johnson. Massive whoop to her. Like, how could we do this without her, and for creating that camaraderie within the group. Yeah, it's just been so special to be part of. So thank you to all the members, participants, for sharing your stories, sharing your artwork. Thank you for watching today. It means so much. Thank you to the Drive Project team. Thank you to the Royal British Legion. Thank you to Sue Brodie, who hasn't got her camera on, but she's there looking fabulous. Without all of you, this couldn't happen. And now I hope you have a gorgeous evening and celebrate the artwork you've seen tonight and celebrate each other. Woohoo!